you were to go back and watch those episodes in Dragon Ball Z when he was sitting there,
Yeah.
right? And old Kai was doing that. And then when he told him to power up, the aura looks similar to when he went Beast, which is crazy foreshadowing, but they had no intention of that. I can guarantee you that. That's just a happy accident.
Ain't that smart.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's that good shit.
Yo, it's your boys, Brother Ooch, IQ. It's me. We are the Full Power Podcast. All right. We are back. And guess what, boys? No frame skips. Oh, I can't wait. We gotta celebrate. Because if you haven't noticed, well, Godzilla's kind of blocking the motherfucker. But brand new machine, finally did the upgrade. Had to do it. Had to do it. You know?
What's the upgrade?
So the upgrade, thanks for asking, by the way, is that I took the laptop that we've been using for this podcast that I actually got 2 years ago on your birthday of all days, right? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit? We like went to the mall. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this Mac real quick.
Oh, a couple of years ago, no?
That was 2 years ago. Yeah. So it was a 2021 machine. So it was older than I thought. It was on the M1 chip.
Yeah.
This has the M3 Pro. So I skipped like 2 generations and then some, right?
Yeah, I got the M2.
Yeah. So
it's a little better.
yeah, and I can tell from how this is recording. It's very smooth. I see no frame skips. We're finally here, boys. Oh, thank God. All right. So, but yes, to answer your question, I went from that to this, and I traded that old one in for this one, so that way we can finally have a decent looking podcast, and I don't have to like sacrifice any quality or do anything like that. I'm gonna actually still tweak with some settings to really make sure that we're in that 4K 30, but I'm sure we are as it is. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. But now I just have to. I mean, the trade-in didn't cover the full expense.
Yeah.
I'm of course paying monthly, for this plus the Apple Care because you gotta make sure the shit's protected. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're out here. So yeah, that's I guess what's going on with me, Brother Ooch. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm all right. Where are the sound effects?
You want sound effects?
Oh, I'm just used to it. No, I'm good. Just tired, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, long day.
Yeah,
Just
same.
chilling dope.
Okay, all right, my man. Not so little IQ Ooch with the fresh cuts. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm tired.
I feel that. I feel that. Listen, it was a long day for me too. So we'll try to keep this a little shorter for the sake of y'all kind of holding it down for me while I was getting all this prepped up. Because for those that don't know, when I work, it's usually between 10 and 12 hours at a time. So when I came home, I showered, I ate, did the essentials. And then I opened this out of the fucking box and started like resetting everything back up. So they were patient. So I'm hoping you guys listening and watching at home enjoy this episode regardless. But I do have something that it might not take us that long to talk about anyway, unless you guys have anything you want to bring up first before we get into the meat and bones.
I mean,
I drove on the highway today for the first time.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
in Dad's car?
Yeah.
Oh, we took you on the fucking highway? Were you in the right lane or what?
I was just in the right the whole time. There was a lot of traffic.
He's doing the responsible thing.
I mean, You'll advance.
Wow. What does that even mean? You trying to make this man like just go be in the fast lane?
It's about knowing how to get to the fast lane.
Wow. That is so anime of you to say.
How to feel. Just pumping that
was
gas
alright.
pedal.
Yeah, I was going slower than on the main road because there was like hella traffic.
So you didn't like experience going like 60 to 80.
I ain't go
type
6. I went at 55.
Yeah, be smart. Be smart. That's smart man right there. We acknowledge and respect and appreciate
Wait until
your
you-
safe driving.
Wait until you hit the 80 bomb.
Okay, so all right, so here's the thing, Jared. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. Like I said to you before, when it comes to advice from this man, just don't listen to him. Okay? He is quite literally going to try to get you to just be like, oh yeah, nah, I gotta do this.
I mean, because he's driving to New York, so I mean, he just has to be a little more mindful of where the oppers are.
The oppers, he says.
I mean, he's a fresh driver though, so like first time around, he'll probably get a warning. So, as long as he's not going like 100 or something like that, not something crazy.
why are you encouraging him to
I'm
be
just saying,
speeding?
I'm just saying,
I'm
he-
trying not to get pulled
I'm
over.
Then thank you.
I'm just saying,
Smart man.
he got some free passes, like at least one.
Oh, wait.
At least one.
Time out. So you're telling me that because he has free passes because he's brand new, he should just just use them up?
Well, experience. But-
Experience what? Driving unsafe?
No. That's about knowing when to go fast. You know what I mean?
Like I said, don't fucking listen to him. Okay? Don't.
Listen. Dad always taught me, go the speed.
The flow of the traffic. Yeah.
Flow of the traffic.
Yeah.
Flow of the
Flow of the
traffic,
traffic.
baby.
Flow of the
So if
traffic.
you're in the left lane, you best be stomping on that motherfucker.
No, you don't stomp. Flow doesn't mean stomp. Why are we having this conversation right now?
Oh, all right, whatever.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Outside of driving,
Yeah.
I mean, I caught up a little bit with Kaiju,
Number 8, I'm behind.
Kaiju 8.
Officially, yeah.
with the latest episode, and Demon Slayer latest episode.
Oh my God, that's back too.
Demon Slayer is warming up with the
Okay.
new season. The first, I think, like 2-3 episodes. Well, I don't even know. It's warming up.
Okay.
Kaiju is heating up.
Ooh. See, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I'm like really enjoying it. Not gonna
I'm
lie.
very glad that you are enjoying it because that shit is
Yeah,
the
no,
truth.
like-
I've been pumping it.
I'm telling you,
I have been.
I think they're on like episode either like 6 or like 7 or some shit. I don't
Yeah.
even know. They're moving along though.
That's good.
Maybe 8. I'm not sure. I have
That's
to
good.
look again. But it's heating up. But I mean, honestly, I say it's heating up, but like it's kind of been heat.
Yeah.
Like like 1 through whatever the latest episode number is. But
Okay.
like what they left us off with in the latest episode is on some like OD like pre shit, like into the next
Mm.
episode type thing. Like some
Okay.
shit's about to go down like we didn't I didn't expect,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like it looked like, I mean, when you're an experienced anime watcher, you start to pick up on things. so it's like what? Let me try to explain.
Okay. Let's hear
So
it.
the episode, it started off pretty heat. There was a lot of action. They were just finishing up a mission or some shit that gave a lot of good information. Then they completed their first mission, blah blah blah, and then so it's like happy time, and then it's starting to get to the end of the episode, and then they throw some new shit
Mhm.
that's gonna
Right.
heat up the next episode. So it's like, all right, they're happy for now, and like they had even some like end of episode training scenes type shit, and then you kind of think it's just gonna end off like that, and then whatever, but then they throw like a little nice cliffhanger, John.
That's what I
like,
was-
to prep
yeah.
up the next episode, because that shit's gonna be hot fire.
Okay, so that's kind of what I figured, because like, how else would that go? It's cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? That's how cliffhangers work. But I have fallen off yet again on fucking anime. I probably left off whenever the last time we talked about it on here was.
You're probably on like episode 2.
2 or 3 at the very least. I haven't started My Hero, haven't started Demon Slayer, but then
My
again,
Hero is actually surprisingly like fucking heat off for it.
well, that's a good thing. It is, and I'm glad because I mean, at least with My Hero and Demon Slayer, I've at least read those.
Do you know about Wonder Woman in My Hero?
Wait. wait.
Wonder Woman.
Jared, you heard? Wonder Woman? Wait. So let me get let me guess. Is this All Might's like from America?
Yes.
Okay, you're there. Okay.
Wonder Woman.
You're calling her Wonder Woman. Okay.
That-
I forget her actual name.
She's like something star or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But-
yeah.
She's like Wonder Woman.
Did you get that far in the My Hero manga?
Nah, but I saw it.
Oh, so you at least watched it and okay.
I honestly thought the episode was gonna be hard, or not hard, ass. Like
Mm.
off of what's like the picture, like
The thumbnail.
the thumbnail. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Off the thumbnail, I was like, what the fuck is this? Cause like before the season started, like actual season 7, I was like watching, they labeled it like season 7 memories or some shit like that.
Okay.
And it's like basically all the memories prior to season 7. I was like, what the fuck am I like wasting my time for and watching this shit? Until I figured out that it's separate from the actual season 7. So I started season 7 and I thought that first episode was gonna kind of be ass. But
So
it was like straight action off rip.
So wait,
current.
was that the thing that you were worried about? Was that more or less like a catching up thing?
What, the memories?
Yeah.
Kind of like a sum up in a sense,
Okay.
but like very weak.
Mm,
Like I'm not here for this.
of course you're not.
I'm,
Of
I'm-
course you're not.
I'm not here for this. But yeah, no. Wonder Woman impressed.
Hey, you know what? I'll take that. I'm very glad because I always get very weary with you when it comes to like the female heroes. Because
Yeah, that's
you,
why I was like, this
Yeah.
episode might be ass.
That's terrible.
But I did not expect to see no Wonder Woman. Type
You're a
shit in the game.
sleeper when it comes to them. There's so many great
I gave her a
female
chance, though.
heroes,
I gave her a
especially My
chance.
Hero Academia has a lot
Actually,
of them.
her fucking power is fucking OD though.
I forget what she does. What'd she do again? Do
you want me to
remember?
spoil it?
I mean, you saw it, right?
I mean, he saw it, but
Yeah, and I
mean,
read it. You could tell me. It's fine.
I think so there's like rules or whatever, but it's like some crazy shit. It's like she can control. I'm probably like fucking this thing up, probably heavy, because
It's okay.
it's so like it's such a hard ability, but
Mm-hmm.
she could do like 2 abilities at once,
Okay.
and like anything she says like happens. So like if she says you can't breathe, and if she knows your name, if she knows your name, yo, it's like Death Note type shit.
yeah.
Like on like a vocals perspective. in a
yes.
sense. So if she knows your name, she
Mm.
could literally say whatever, and then her ability activates,
Uh-huh.
and you can't do whatever she says, or you can do whatever she says.
I
type of
do vaguely remember this.
It's like something
I
like
do.
that, but it's capped at 2. Like she can only say two
yeah.
things at once or whatever before she has to let go and
Right.
prioritize
Right.
something. Like it's a prioritizing type of ability. So if she knows your name, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's. I mean, that is.
She
that,
gave Shigaraki a fucking
that,
run for
that
his
is both
money.
very devastating and godlike.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
very. But
I'm glad that you guys are, keeping up with stuff that's current because as far as I'm concerned, I've said this in previous episodes, but like what's been really drawing my attention is comic books. Straight up. Like anime is great, manga is great, but I remember having this conversation with you guys a while ago and I was saying how like the one thing I love about comics is that everything's interconnected. And I wish that manga was that it could be like that, but every story is within its own universe, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have all these characters like bouncing back and forth between everyone's stories and perspectives, it's so sick. It's so cool. So like recently I've been reading like the new Ultimate Spider-Man, which is basically a brand new story that they've never done for Spider-Man before, where this is like a situation where what if Peter never turned into Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, I feel like
I think I talked to you about this.
yeah.
But Jared, I don't think I told you. So basically what happens is in this Ultimate Universe, there's a character by the name of the Maker, and he goes around and prevents superheroes that are known from becoming their superhero selves, right? And so for Spider-Man's, like, how do you prevent Peter Parker from being Spider-Man? He don't get bit. So he essentially just captures the spider that was supposed to bite him and just stores it away. And so in this Ultimate Universe, that Peter Parker, he grows up and moves on with his life like normal. Uncle Ben never died, and he marries MJ and has 2 kids. Right? So that's how that one goes. And obviously there's like a whole, like, you know, like what makes, well, it's like how you have Spider-Man, he's not Spider-Man, right? What makes him turn into Spider-Man is he has this feeling of emptiness. And he's like, you know, my life is great. I have a wife, I have 2 beautiful children, I have a job, you know, my family's all around me, but there's something that I feel like is missing. Right? And when when he feels like that, I'm just like, oh my god, that is so cool. It's almost like destiny is trying to pull him into finding that. So then what basically happens, I forget how exactly issue 1 like kind of goes from start to finish, is that like he has a box that was gifted to him from somebody, and on the note left for him, it says like, when you want to take on the next part of your life and you're ready, open this. And so when he opens it, it's the fucking spider. So then basically the choice is get bitten or just leave it alone. And of course he gets bitten, and so like that's how that sets up the rest of the story, you know, because then like from there, like all these other things happen that he has to get used to it and whatever, and that's the missing thing that he, right? There's also, so there's, with Ultimate Spider-Man, there's Ultimate Black Panther, then there's Ultimate X-Men, and there's not like a Ultimate this, Ultimate that, like they're just keeping it to those 3. There might be a 4th one, but like essentially what's happening is that within all these Ultimate Universe, or not universe, but Ultimate story points, everybody has some sort of different upbringing, or something about their background is different. Like, so in Black Panther, you remember Killmonger, right? Like he was the villain in the first Black Panther movie. He was the really cool one, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he's a villain, right? In Ultimate Black Panther, not only is Killmonger not a villain, but there's some greater threat in this greater issue that's happening, and somehow it brings Storm from the X-Men. Storm is involved, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's kind of OD.
Hypothetically, like, if each respected superhero doesn't get their superhero power, wouldn't villains excel? Or like,
exactly.
Are they like not created?
Yes, that I'm so glad you said that, because that's quite literally a part of the grander dilemma. Because the Maker, when he took away everyone's ability, he then he gave jurisdiction to other higher villains to look to cover certain areas. So yes, villains are on the up and up right now, which is kind of crazy. So that's like, I say all that to just, you know, I'm just so into my comic shit, and because then that obviously translates, you know, right over to like the MCU stuff. They recently just re-showed all the Spider-Man films minus the Spider-Verse ones to celebrate Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary, and I saw everyone. Got a poster for everyone, and so now the next big project that's gonna be coming up is Deadpool Wolverine. And that movie is going to be a banger. Like it's going to break records. It's going to break the internet. and people are gonna lose their minds when that movie comes out
I'm
because
not gonna lie, the trailer kind of like was bummy.
bummy. What do you mean?
I didn't really get hype off the trailer. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
It didn't feel purposeful, like with action.
They literally brought the TVA in.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I might
this
have to
guy.
rewatch it again then. But I didn't really like get the gas that I thought I was gonna get.
Well, you know why you don't get the gas? Is because you have purposefully removed yourself from anything MCU after Endgame.
Yep.
So it's like, see, because at least you watched both seasons of Loki or just one? So you watched both. Which ones did you watch?
I didn't even watch the whole thing.
It's because,
I rest my case.
I mean,
All I
haven't
remember,
watched, like, all the little-
Oh, I'll let you start. Hold on.
I haven't watched all the little series, but I watched Loki because Loki's fire.
Yeah, like the thing is, you don't need to. Okay, so I will give you this, right? I understand that I'm a big fan, so anything that they put out, I'm obviously gonna be like all for, and I'm gonna be all over.
Yep.
Right? But I understand that for someone that's not as into it as I am, for example, it seems like homework. It seems like it's like I gotta watch this. I get that, right? Marvel is now taking a whole new approach, and they are backing away from that, meaning that they're not going to do that anymore. They're only gonna stick to the heat, the characters that people really care about, rather than take chances and put out this movie, that show, right? They're gonna just stick to what they know people fucking want and love. So with that in mind, the only thing you would have to watch per se to really get an appreciation for this movie is obviously the first two Deadpools. You've already seen all the X-Men.
I've seen all the
I know. I like
Deadpool.
Exactly. You've already done most of the required viewing so that it makes more sense so you can get what all the hype's about. But the real thing that is the takeaway is if you've seen the Loki season.
I mean, the last thing I remember from Loki is like the one scene where it looks like they're about to fucking die.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's about it.
Jared, please explain to him that he needs to go back and watch this shit, please.
No, you know what? Loki is pretty good though.
I mean,
It expands on the multiverse.
yeah. But from my memory, it seemed kind of slow up until that one point.
Well, you have.
It is it's like a little in the beginning, but that's just like world building.
Yeah, like anything would need naturally. You don't like.
Kaiju 8 hit.
Yeah, but that's like that's like super like it's so different.
Jujutsu Kaisen hit.
That didn't instantly hit. Not for me.
Nah?
No,
Interesting.
no, not that season one. Not
Season
that
1 was still pretty good.
season one was still
I
pretty
liked
good, but it
The
was
first episode didn't hit where he ate the finger.
to me. I thought
Fire.
that shit was weird.
Nah, that shit was fire.
I was like, ew.
that shit.
When he ate that shit,
gave me
I was
the
like,
fucking
ugh.
chills. Ugh.
Okay, all right. My fucking point is that you at least need to be more willing to allow something to breathe and see where it goes. Especially considering that Loki, both seasons only have 6 episodes each.
An hour though, no?
Yes, but still, like, that's not even bad. Like, think about all the shows you watch normally with Vanessa or by your fucking self. It's either when you're watching a show that's an anime, it's the standard 23 minutes average. When it's anything else, you know that shit's 45 to an hour and nobody bats an eye, right?
The only way I'm going through 40 to an hour is if it's actually interesting. That's the only way.
Okay, Jared, is Loki not interesting?
That's interesting.
Thank you.
But the thing is, Brand doesn't care about the story. He just wants the fights.
Yeah, that is also a problem.
I need something to grab my attention.
Okay, well, thinking back, the fucking first episode of Loki was crazy.
I don't even remember the first episode.
Well, then you need to rewatch it.
I just remember
easily.
the one scene.
Think about it. Okay,
Literally one
the first
scene.
episode quite literally takes place during and
movie?
moments after the
Yeah.
first Avengers film.
Okay, so I remember a little bit, but like it twists because
Yes.
he gets the thing.
There's a humongous twist because he gets the Tesseract
then he
and he
disappears.
escapes.
Yeah.
And that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what sets all of this other shit up.
But that didn't happen in Endgame.
Correct.
So this is different.
I mean, it did, but like it didn't.
Like it's a different timeline for Loki in this.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to watch it so you can understand the whole thing that was really going on. And when you watch the Loki and when you watch the Loki seasons and you understand how the TVA works and what the fuck the TVA even is, and then you watch the Deadpool Wolverine trailer, then you're just like, oh, this is kind of crazy because Deadpool and Wolverine and all of the related properties from Fox that now Disney now owns was entirely an outside universe. And now when you have that knowledge, now that Disney owns it, and you're like, oh, the TVA is there? Everyone understands why it's fucking hype. You're off the train because you have no idea what the fuck is going on. So naturally, you're not going to understand what the hell's going on or understand whatever the hype is.
I'm just waiting for Iron Man.
Well, guess what? He's probably coming back.
And for them to revamp Hulk.
It's a work in progress.
Because I can't deal with him no more. He used to be like one of my favorites. Top 3.
You know what the crazy part is? Hulk in the comics is ridiculous.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You're
Like-
saying they trying to stick to the shit that people actually like? Nigga, open them comics up for the Hulk.
Nah. Trust me. I haven't read any. So the one Hulk comic that I was reading last year, I need to pick back up. But there's another story that I was listening to in video. Bro,
I mean,
can I? Okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's one thing I do want to tell you just so that you could get hype. Because, bro, the shit I learned about the Hulk is ridiculous. Like, okay, so you know how Bruce Banner, when he gets angry, he hulks out, he turns into Hulk. Now, what if I asked you this? What if Hulk hulked out?
that's a question. within a
Super
question.
Saiyan Hulk.
I mean, I don't know what to expect.
Bro, I just want you to try to imagine this. If the Hulk hulks out, how you stopping him?
Shit, I don't know. Type shit.
That's exactly. So, okay. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Like, he is gone.
I mean, Nick told me some shit about.
Yeah, Nick will tell
back
you
in
a
the,
lot.
Back in the day about the. I mean, because he was into the comics, so
Right.
he knows a bunch
I
of
know.
shit.
He
But-
probably knows more than I do, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, you know, more versed into that stuff. But either way, so I'm glad that we had all these conversations, because the main thing that I wanted to talk about,
Dragon Ball shit.
it is Dragon Ball related, yes. Let me just pull it up so I have it on my phone. So I
Is
have
it
to
the
keep-
chapter or is it some?
There's no chapters.
Oh,
Chapters. Manga's not back yet.
Mm.
All right, so if you want, I totally forgot to do our plugs at the beginning, but that's okay. But if there's any kind of topics or suggestions, comments, questions, concerns you guys want us to address on a future episode, feel free to leave a comment below. You can email us at fullpowerpod@gmail.com, or if you're a Patreon, Thriving Ozaru, definitely let us know there as well, because we're trying to, you know, of course, be more interactive with you guys and go back and forth and bounce back and forth off of y'all as well to be more engaging, right? So, speaking of which, our boy Black Pegasus, shout out to the homie. He actually sent me this image, okay? And I guess for the sake of you guys, you know, knowing what it is that I'm looking at, I'm gonna put it in our chat so that y'all can see it. So if y'all can be so kind as to whip out your phones, I will be sharing this image right now. And so essentially, I'm gonna read his message. So he said, I hope everyone is doing good. Here is something interesting that I saw, and I thought this would be a good topic. The most interesting ones here are the pathways of Gohan and Piccolo. Speculate wildly with this one. Peace. So essentially, I'm gonna put a graphic right up on the screen right now. And this is the graphic. So essentially, this image is kind of alluding to there being certain pathways that all of these characters are kind of going through. And so there's 5 different pathways. The first pathway is an angel path. And we can see this with the example of Goku obviously unlocking his Ultra Instinct, and that stems off of like the angels with Whis, right? The God path, the path that Vegeta seems to be going down because he's going down that God of Destruction. So that's obviously going from Beerus to Vegeta. The Kai path, which is interesting,
interesting.
because this is an example that is supposed to be more towards Gohan. And that, again, that is interesting. And I guess I never thought of it in that way because, I guess there is that, correlation.
I mean, when you think about Gohan, like with this Kai path, he's always, since the Buu saga, he's worked with Kai.
He's Supreme Kai and Old Kai.
To get his ultimate Gohan form.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess it links and makes sense.
It does. And you know what the crazy part is that when you really think about it, and if you were to go back and watch those episodes in Dragon Ball Z when he was sitting there, right? And like, Supreme or Old Kai was doing that shit. And then when he told him to power up,
he had nothing.
No.
Oh,
the aura looks similar to when he went Beast. Which is crazy foreshadowing, but they had no intention of that. I can guarantee you that. That's just a happy accident.
Niggas ain't that smart.
No, exactly. Yeah, nah. So then, of course, aside from the Kai path, we have what I would consider my favorite, the Saiyan path, and they have the images of obviously the Great Ape, the Ozaru, and Broly, right? So that, of course, makes 100% sense. And then lastly, we have the Dragon path. Now, the Dragon path is also interesting because this is quite literally a direct, like, tie-in to Shenron for Piccolo, right?
But he wished for that shit. Is that why?
Well, no, technically not, because Piccolo wished.
Didn't Shenron give him like that? Like it was like a little something.
Yes,
Piccolo
yes,
wished
exactly.
for a boost.
He wished for a boost, but Shenron gave him a little bonus.
Yeah, you gave him the bonus.
That bonus is, I feel, is what really has put him in his, like, his fucking orange Piccolo type shit.
Okay.
I would, if I'm remembering this correctly. It's been a while.
Shit.
But I think that is actually kind of cool. But what makes it even more interesting for Piccolo's perspective is that this is his, like, first and only, like, big transformation. Like this big ascension. Like he just got this all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the last thing he ever got was the merge.
Right, like where he was syncing with Kami, syncing with Nail, and you know what I'm saying? Like that was
it.
That was it.
That was his only showtime.
Yeah. But the Namekians, when you think about it, they do have this relationship with the dragons because after all, they are considered gods, at least Piccolo and Kami, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like the protectors of Earth, right?
So to speak.
And then they created the Dragon Balls. So
they have a relation.
Right. So when you think about it, if they created the Dragon Balls, they're creating the dragons too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those balls are needed for the dragons, so that, I could definitely agree with that. So like IQ, let me get your thoughts on this. How do you feel about all these different pathways for these characters?
Well, I feel like it's pretty obvious because I don't know. Obviously, Goku's gonna go Angel because he got Ultra Instinct.
They said Angel. That's all right.
Vegeta always wants to destroy everything, so of course God of Destruction.
That makes perfect sense.
And I still haven't caught up in the manga. Whoopsie.
You still need to do that.
And then the rest is self-explanatory, but the only like thing is like the Piccolo one.
Yeah, that one's That one's the interesting one. But I mean, obviously, out of all these, my favorite is clearly that Saiyan path. It has to be.
That's like expected.
I
though.
like how they
Or
tied
that's no surprise. I mean, even the Goku and Vegeta pathways, like it makes sense in the sense.
I like how they tied the Kai path because I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
part
see
either.
that one right there. Honestly, next to Saiyan path, that Kai path is actually kind of crazy too. And Dragon Ball as a whole does this so often where they have like these little happy accident moments that it's like they go back, and whether they intend to or not, probably most likely they don't intend for this to actually happen, or they don't plan on it. But like when you connect all of the things that have taken place and you are just like, bro, I know they didn't intend for that, but the fact that it makes sense is fucking crazy. So I gotta shout them out for that at the very least.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of pretty straightforward. I'm very happy that Black Pegasus did send me this picture because this does make for some great conversation. And I guess at this point, it's almost like interesting because I also, while seeing this, simultaneously I don't want to just assume that this would just be it for them, as far as like they're just going down this path and that's it. Because as we've seen from time and time again, Saiyans are so notorious for being able to copy one another. Monkey see, monkey do, right? Like it was so long until Vegeta one day decided, you know what, I'm gonna learn instant transmission just in case I have to do it. And he did, right? And like up to a point, Goku and Vegeta were essentially lined up. Like they were both doing the same transformations. Like, you know, most of the Super Saiyan forms, and then God, and then Blue, right? And it's like, same thing with Gohan up to a point. Same thing with Broly up to a point. Now, the crazy difference with Broly is that I'm very, very sure that given the opportunity, like he's already currently, the last time we saw Broly in the manga at the least, he is now learning how to control himself a lot better. And so he's at least harnessing his Super Saiyan, but his Super Saiyan is busted. So let's say he wants to ascend because he can, right? I am sure he will go Primal Instinct. He will literally be the Super Saiyan 4. He will have that look. He will tap into his Ozaru because he has an unlimited source of power.
The only thing that kind of sucks about Broly controlling his shit is we won't see like the OG Broly no more. Like if you like really think about it, because like we won't see like the white eyes. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, that perspective.
Now, yo, imagine if he was able to control that somehow.
Nah, but like that would be cool, but
Yeah.
I just hope they don't like debuff him because he knows how to control himself now. You see what I'm saying? Because that happens a lot.
That is a trope.
When characters go out of control, they're fucking OD. Yeah. When they learn how to control themselves, they lose all sense of their power, and they're not as strong as they were before, which is like ridiculous to be honest. But it has happened before, so hopefully like they could either ruin Broly or continue his greatness.
So the way you continue his greatness is simply by allowing him to access more of his unlimited power. Like, so I guess the best way to put it is that yes, he can know the proper techniques and whatever he has to do to control himself, but ultimately what he needs to do is he needs to have those freak out moments. He needs to lose himself, because again, his power is so unlimited. There is no limit to how crazy strong he can get. So even when he can control a little bit, whenever he needs to reach into more of it, that's when he does go berserk. He freaks out a little bit, but then he grasps himself again, and then boom, he has ascended. He is in a new form, the next phase,
And then he turns Super Saiyan Blue.
I don't even really want to see Broly with blue ass hair, bro. And I got kept. I'm cool with him staying green.
Okay. But the interesting thing is that because Broly is so unique, now I want you to imagine this. You know how when we fought Zamasu, Goku Black, and when he went Super Saiyan Rose, that was his equivalent of blue. He just had the pink hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
was
saying?
fire.
Yeah.
It was fire. Now, I know Broly is, not a god, but he is a freak. So imagine if his version of Super Saiyan Blue, aka formerly known as Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, that shit was green.
Doesn't he already have like the green?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
When
So
he's added like.
when he goes
added-
crazy like
Yeah.
that, yes, he has that green. But I'm saying like the tint would be a little more neon, or I don't know, something. It's a possibility. He doesn't necessarily need to have that blue hair.
Mm.
But I digress, because and to even further back that theory, do you remember when they was fighting each other in Broly's film, and both Goku and Vegeta were having like these power-up moments, and you saw some green to them because they were almost
They
trying to
shaded
replicate Broly. Come on, son.
They
It writes
shaded
itself.
out.
It writes itself. All right.
If I ever saw a green-haired Goku, I'd probably shit myself.
Yo.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, like, do you remember that shit?
Yeah, no, I remember vividly.
Nah, but like, okay, so what I'm also referring to is that, like, even when like Vegeta was like when he was doing his thing, I remember when he went Super Saiyan and he had like that green to him too.
Didn't they do it at like the same time?
It was
I'm pretty
so
sure it was
yeah, I
simultaneous.
don't know. It was very interesting. And as always, folks, it is now that time for the Patreon shout outs. All right, everybody. If you want to hear your name rapped at the end of these, extra content, behind the scenes, all that and more, please go ahead and check us out on Full Power Podcast on the Patreon page. That's Full Power Podcast on the Patreon page. Let's go. Let's get it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it. Hey, yo. Shout outs to Deontay Sheridan. Anthony Parker. Park that. Cristal. Dante TX. Suck it. Jerick Rivera. Bitch. Lord Payne.
Kennedy's nuts.
Mr. Back Again Once Again.
Back again once again.
Odd Man Out.
Never kind I'm out.
Soul Awakens.
Wake your ass up.
Super Saiyan SAWFT Soft.
Soft.
Travis Boyette.
Boy it.
Vegeta Uchiha.
Uchiha.
Worse than a demon.
Demon time. Demon time.
And there's one more. He's the only one. Land of the Rising Sun. He's our fucking boy. Everybody stand up, give it up for our man, Juice. 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 Juice.
Dude.
All right. Hit him up. And of course, make sure you're hitting us up on all the social media. If you want a comment, question, concern, business inquiry, or fan art, you're trying to sponsor, hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That's fullpowerpod@gmail.com. And the Patreon. Listen, guys, you want to support us in the best way possible, the directest way possible. Hit that Patreon up, Full Power Pod. on the Patreon page. That's Full Power Pod on the Patreon page.
羽ばたいたら
Yeah.
戻れないと言って、
Yes, sir.
目指したのは
Uh-huh.
青い青いあの空。
And hit us up on that motherfucking Bluebird on Twitter.
Yeah!
At Full Power Pod, fuck X. He said. All right. So, naturally, Brother Ooze, what do you got left for people at home?
The regular, stay fresh, stay clean. Buy yourself a nice fucking cologne, couple sprays for you stinking niggas.
Okay. For the stinky ones,
You know
I
what I mean?
guess.
Stay fresh.
All right. IQ Ooze, what do you got left for the people at home?
Get your 8 hours.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Get out.
And as far as I go, stay up and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Gotta.
P.
Gotta. Oh, also, side note, X Defiant.
Yeah.
I've been playing it with them. Gotta play with you now. So we got the whole crew in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We could technically have a fifth with Vanessa. Wow.
If she learns.
If she
like,
she got a fucking headset.
I know she got a headset.
That's freaking crazy. I said when she showed me that shit, I was like, oh my God.
I mean, the reason we pulled the trigger, well, I pulled the trigger, was just because I gave her my old bust. I didn't realize how busted my old Hyper
Oh.
X's were.
Oh, so
And
that's
the reason why I pushed for the Astros back then. Most
well,
likely.
yeah, Astro was great.
Yeah. So I was having her use those like for the time being,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize that they were that busted because the one earmuff like popped out, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
so
you had
then
to get
I
a
was
new
just
one.
like, all right, just get a new one.
Well, on the topic of games, to wrap it up really quick, at the time this episode comes out, Summer Games Fest will be going on. So if you were trying to see any sort of coverage or opinions from us, definitely make sure you're following the socials. I will definitely have something out there, whether it's a post or something with whatever they do release. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. But as always, it's been your boy, Ooch, the Iceman, Brother Ooch, and our not so little IQs yawning Ooch. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. May the power protect you, block loader right here on this channel. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay the hell inside. And we'll see y'all next time. See ya. That song is so fucking good. Like, the only way to make that better is with a chicharron. Get it?